props on. Got the rat on. Oh,
Hello, everyone.
that was masterful. You were really scared then that something was going to go wrong.
How did you sense it in my face?
I did.
Yeah, because I thought
Bit
something
of a
did.
rush. Nonetheless,
That's
we
it.
say that every time. People think that we're not professional, but
But marginally.
we are.
Mm.
Welcome to episode, I want to say it's episode 154.
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Is that where we are?
We can check that.
And we
We've
have
technology.
got some massive news today. We've got a very special guest on.
Yes.
We've got some massive news and some
Mm.
great products this week. Yeah?
Mm.
Did I get it right?
154.
154.
You win a prize.
What do I win?
Don't know. Haven't decided.
Talk about winning prizes. Not that we do a winning prize for this, but what about the car of the week?
That's it. It's car of the week. What do we need to know? Make,
Model,
color,
weight,
year.
year?
Hmm.
I
And
reckon.
something else. I don't know what the year is though. We'll find
Why
out.
not?
Because I haven't checked.
You haven't read the box.
It's an idea.
That made it difficult for all of us, hasn't it? So welcome everybody. Who have we got in the show
who do
today
we have?
with
We do
us?
have comments.
Do we?
Yes.
You-
Oh, we've got Thunder Turbine 88.
That's fantastic. And we've got Craig Jones back again.
Yes.
That
We've
is
got,
lovely to see you all keeping up.
the Wombat's on.
Wombat's on.
Otherwise known as Panda.
Panda and Wombat. We were
Very-
just talking
very
about that
similar.
RSPCA ad, weren't we?
We were.
Well,
All right, so what have we got?
yeah, what have we got? We've got some
Heap of stuff
exciting
has been
stuff,
happening, hasn't it?
isn't it?
Hmm.
What have we got? I don't know. I don't know where to start.
Man,
I say we
it's too
start-
exciting.
I say we start with our special guest,
Sounds like a plan.
introduce our special guest,
Yes,
and then we'll get stuck into some exciting new products. What do you
I
think?
reckon that's a plan.
All right,
Let's go.
come on, special guest. In comes Matthew Jenkins.
G'day,
Hey,
everyone.
Matt.
Howdy.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, Matt's a familiar face. Might
Yes.
not have been on for quite some time. Probably last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
last
think so.
time you were on.
Yep.
And since then, we've had some great news. He's actually a factory Yokomo driver.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Well done.
With the help and support of Hearns, he's got himself, and you're actually paid to play toy cars.
You could say.
Somewhat.
Yeah, you could say.
Yeah.
So,
That's a dream. That's a boyhood dream, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Yeah. So,
Probably not enough to pay a mortgage or anything like that,
Who
but
needs a house?
One's
That's
already
right.
paid. That's okay.
rubbing it in. Had to have that dig to us mere mortals who've still got mortgages and interest rates going up.
Yep.
No, that's fantastic. So, yeah, factory Yokomo driver and team manager for our off-road 1/10 off-road team.
Correct.
And that's what your title is. You're here to support. You're not here to win national titles and world championships.
No.
Not that you can't,
No, I'd
but
give it
it's
a crack,
really
but
to help us here as the Australia distributor and agent for Yokomo to help bring it to the people and help race at the tracks that we can't be at. You know, represent and fly the flag and fly it well, and that you do.
Yep.
We've got a really good racing team behind us, off-road.
Mhm.
Everybody's working really good, and they're having fun, enjoying the Yokomo products, which is all we want.
That's right. No, so it's been a bit of a journey. You know,
Yes.
It sort of happened at the end of last year, which was a really nice surprise.
Mm.
So yeah, it was a good way to finish the year out. That's
Yeah.
for sure. And again, like you said, it was much thanks to your support here at Hearns.
Yeah.
That it all came about, which was very grateful for. Thank you.
It is. And what have we been playing? Well, it's funny because the first thing that we have to talk about
Isn't off-road.
Isn't off-road.
No. Well,
And-
it doesn't. That doesn't.
No,
No,
it's still Yokomo.
and it's not that you don't play on road
No, I
or
don't.
race on
Mm.
road. Sorry, you don't race on. You do definitely race on road as well.
Yep.
But that's sort of gone a little bit in the back seat
Yep.
for your off-road commitment.
Correct. Yep.
But even this weekend, you're racing up there at Bendigo.
Correct. So yeah, Noah's pushing me to get
You,
up to Bendigo.
young Noah,
Young
and the
yep.
fleet of boys. No,
No, just Noah.
Harry,
yeah.
Liam,
No,
no, they're all
They're playing. Having
they're playing rockets.
well, probably. Yes, Harry's. He's. I've just reminded me to
loving
get
it.
more motors before I leave. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Harry's. He spent all those rockets pretty quick.
And if you don't know young Harry Jenkins, we refer to him as Harry the Rocket Man.
Yes.
He's he actually produced him and the Jenkins boys and Miss Cal did a video for us, didn't they? Of you
Did.
guys launching rockets
Yep.
around last weekend.
Yes. So yeah, that was a lot of fun actually. It was more fun than I expected, to be honest. It was
That looked
we-
fun.
and we got quite the crowd. Too.
Yeah.
So it's in a parkland near.
Well,
near
I
home.
need Harry to help me set one up because I'm going to fire one up Elizabeth Street.
That's the way.
You wanna-
BJ
you wanna
keeps
go and-
talking
We
me
should-
out
we
of
should
it.
strap it to the top of car of the week.
Yeah.
You want to go? He wants to send it in the
Straight-
studio.
Hey?
You want to send this in the studio, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I reckon we shoot one off.
Well, many
We'll
years
open the
ago,
window, turn on our good extraction system when we use for painting.
there is a myth that there was a rocket car that went down Lonsdale Street some years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And that myth may be true.
I
May be
reckon-
true.
Maybe
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
May
Cannot-
or may not
But
have
that's a
happened.
long time ago. That would have been at least 30 years ago.
That was before CCTV, Sunday trading, and
Mobile
late night
phones.
shopping.
And mobile
That's correct.
phones.
And mobile
yes,
phones.
That's
That's
right.
correct. That's correct.
So nobody's been.
Can't
nobody's
confirm or
been
deny.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you say.
No, that's
Rocket
right.
cars.
All right.
I say we bring back rocket cars. Talking about rocket cars.
Oh,
Wow.
This
What are
is-
we looking at?
Brand new BD12.
And this is the latest offering from the Gods of Speed at Yokomo.
that's
And
right.
this is a 1/10 scale touring car,
Yes.
4-wheel drive.
Mhm.
Funnily enough, the one that precedes it is the BD11, and the one before that, the BD10.
Mhm.
So you can see where we're headed with this, but this just dropped about 2 hours ago
Fresh
in
off the
store.
plane.
Fresh
Yes.
off the plane. They announced probably, a month ago, 2 months ago,
Hmm.
that it was coming and that it was in the final stages of pre-production.
Yes.
And we've had the guys here, Simon Nicholson and John Puce and Anthony Coretti,
Yes.
working away and testing parts pretty much since at the AOC as well. They had
had
Nicholas
Victoria?
Lee and Ethan
Mm.
were running BD12-ish cars.
Right.
So yeah, and from that, the next evolution of touring car, 1/10 touring car comes, BD12.
Mm.
And the beautiful thing is, I don't know whether they did that deliberately, but there's 12 new parts.
Yes.
It's funny how
Yes.
it works, isn't it?
Yeah,
I do
There's-
have a video. Should we?
get the video going
Shall we
before we do an
we'll just watch a
unboxing.
video straight through,
Don't
and then
talk.
later we can replay it
Am
and
I
we'll
allowed
stop
to
at
talk?
certain bits. It's not.
Should I
look,
talk?
Even if we say no, you're going to talk.
I was going
anyway,
to say,
right?
he never usually needs permission.
I'm
does
so
he?
excited. Come on.
All right, here we go.
I just don't want to do the wrong thing. Ooh.
No sound. No sound. It's working.
How long's the video got?
Oh, it's working now. All right.
That is so classy.
Mm.
Definitely not one of my productions.
Well, because yours have no class.
Mine are awesome, but they're not classy.
There we go.
How cool is that? I'm so excited.
Very cool.
That is
Very
a
cool.
classy video.
It is.
No?
So should we pull back and look at the first new item?
No, I want to get in there and unbox it. You can
Oh,
if you want.
you want to
can
unbox
if you
it?
want. Let's do an unboxing.
So
All
we
right.
put the sharp objects near you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they can't be near here.
Not be allowed to
Because-
anyway.
No.
They go very close to eyeballs.
We
Yeah.
won't talk
Do the
about
honors.
the we won't
All
talk
right.
about the nipple incident.
I'll just stand back there.
You've spoken about that many times. I keep getting reminded.
I know.
Here we go. It's unsealed.
Go on, Matt. Do the honors.
Dive in.
Bust into that.
We did this for BD11 too,
Bit
didn't we?
of box diving. We
There you
did.
go. So I've got it on the top camera.
That way.
Look at that.
What have we got? What are we greeted with?
Oh,
There's a bumper.
A foam bumper.
foam
mate.
bumper,
That's a giveaway.
some silicone oil.
Yep.
So that must be for
I
the
used
front.
to, used
That
to
must
have
be
a,
for the front.
used to have a moustache that looked like that. Here we go.
Screw pack.
Yep. And this has only been the last
30-11.
6 months.
BD11 did that as well.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, BD11 did that as well.
Yep. I know they did that with the off-roaders too.
Yeah, some plastic parts,
Watch
which
this
is
bit.
Yep. We got some bumper
Bumpers
bars.
body posts.
Okay.
The all new shock bodies and shock parts, springs, spring cups,
Yes.
and bearings.
Yeah, so they've
So-
actually got like the spring retainer that goes on the bottom of the shock.
Yeah.
That holds the spring. That's actually got a bearing in it now, and that's to create a nice twisting movement in the shock. And upon assembling it, I spoke with Simon Nicholson this morning, and he
Yeah.
said he actually thought it was a bit of a gimmick when it was released, but you can actually like compress the car
Yeah.
and move the shock
Right.
really easily.
It's quite
Whereas
free,
on the
yeah.
other car, it actually binds up
Oh,
from
really?
the spring tension.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you
So
go.
let's see how it goes on track. They're on track today testing actually.
So that's the
Top
the
plates.
Top plates.
The new
two
top
piece?
decks. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so there's two pieces in there.
Front and rear top decks.
Yep.
Ooh,
So that's
so
been split.
And you
So
can
it's still got the flex.
Yep.
Attachment at the rear.
and then all the turnbuckle components and
yep. A lot of that is going to be very familiar to previous generations, which is really good. Like we said, there's really only 12 fundamental big changes.
So the C hub was in there too, right? The
correct
C hub
C
is a bit
hub
different.
Yeah.
and
The C hubs have got a
Yeah.
and
mount.
rear C hubs.
The
that's
new
right.
C hub is in there. We'll have a look at that maybe after. I
Yep.
might have one of those separate aside.
Okay.
Okay, the suspension parts and belts.
Yep.
So
So,
all the ball cups for the lower suspension
Yep.
connections and so on.
so
The
it's still
parts fee
use
for
the
that.
woven carbon fiber for the arms.
Yep.
Break into it. Stop dilly-dallying around.
What do you want to know? Just throw a bit over here, throw a bit over there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
It's
sway
only
bar.
going to be Matt's kit.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter.
Not
if it's
Nice,
important.
sway bars,
Not
yes.
important. Oh, we've got some more. Oh, some steering components.
Yeah, the bell crank again, that's dating back to the BD9, which is really good.
Correct.
Proven,
Mhm.
tried-tested geometry.
18
Yep.
mil. 18 mil.
Yep,
batteries.
18mm bell cranks.
These are probably new bits here.
New bits. So absolutely. So this is the rear shock mount, which is now
Horizontal.
horizontal. Is the word I'm looking for.
Horizontal shock tower. Break into it. It's only Matt's. Look at that. It's 4mm. People were worried that because that also holds the shock mount, the upper shock mount,
So shock mount, body posts,
and body posts,
and 2 screws on the rear bulkheads.
and 2 screws on the rear bulkheads.
Right.
So people were concerned that that's going to break.
So this actually gets mounted. Which
No.
way?
That way.
This way.
It screws
Yes.
onto the top of the bulkheads.
Right. Okay. Oh,
Oh, there I go.
so it is pretty
Big
strong, isn't it?
jam fingers in there.
All right. So it's quite.
Yeah, Matty doesn't need that.
spectacular. No.
No.
Over the shoulder, and we've got front shock towers.
New design as well.
These are being mounted from the
From the
where
bottom of
was
the
it?
bulkheads still.
from the bottom of the bulkhead.
But because
Okay, so
the
they're split
shocks
as
are,
well.
yeah, because the shocks are shorter now.
Yeah.
They've actually lowered the whole position, so it's got a new shape from BD11.
And giving us more holes.
Yeah, a few more holes there.
This is the rear shock mount,
Aluminium.
precision aluminium. So that's going to screw to that rear carbon fiber piece, and that's going to give you your. I'm trying to think how it's going to go on.
Something
So
like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Ah, yes.
Yes. There you go. And that's going to hold your shocks on.
Okay.
And you can change your shock angle by putting
Wash.
spaces in there.
Mm,
1 mil, 1.5,
really finite.
18 mil.
Yeah,
Probably
servo-
not 18 mil.
Servo mount the same as a long time,
Yep.
I guess.
Yes.
We've got new motor mount.
Oh, that's pretty special,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
Yeah, new motor mount there.
that's really special because what they've done here, they've lowered the lay shaft where the spur gear mounts by 3.5 mil, which has allowed them to actually move, I believe, the motor up 5 mil to give it all more centralized and lower CG.
And the smaller spur.
Yeah,
So all
92.
these bulkhead,
Yes, 92.
were these always cross-drilled?
Yes.
Oh, they were.
Yeah,
I just
BD
didn't
11
notice.
ones
Keep them lighter. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
from
I didn't notice
BD10
before.
LC.
Okay. Oh, there's a new carbon cross
There's
brace.
cross
Right?
brace. Yeah, so that's for the battery stop, I guess, as they mentioned. So
Yep.
we'll stiffen a plate. Very, very standard looking
Pressure mount.
battery mount that we've seen
Yes.
for a long time. Tried and tested. It works really well,
Yes.
actually.
It's very reliable.
Mm.
You don't see many Yokomos losing a battery,
No, front spool.
even with me
Yep.
driving.
We've got the rear diff components.
Mhm.
All looking very familiar there.
Yeah,
Yes.
same diff, which is really good. So if you had tuning diffs from your BD10, BD11,
Yep.
you
Yep.
can carry those over. So you can have like a 3, a 5, and a 7, whatever you want. Yeah.
You just drop them in easily.
Yeah.
And the center belt pulley,
Yes.
Yeah.
again, very familiar. And new chassis.
All new chassis.
Mm.
Now it is very similar in geometry and mounting points.
Correct.
But these slits here have been moved forward 5 mil
Yes.
to more centralize the flex characteristics of the car.
Mhm.
So the main handling differences are going to be from this car, I believe, is again the lower center of gravity
Yes.
of everything being lower,
Yep.
the
Mhm.
drivetrain, and also the flex characteristics. Apparently, the flex characteristics are really different. And from all reports, even out of the box, it's a lot stiffer. So the car,
Oh, really?
apparently, yeah. So we'll see when it hits the track today. I'm
Mhm.
waiting for a report back from Simon Nicholson.
Yeah.
But that will tend to make it easier to drive faster
Mhm.
Across the board. So where the other car, like the BD11, was for a lot of people too aggressive, the car was really, really what we refer to as pointy.
Right.
So really, really quick reacting and would over rotate mid corner potentially.
Mhm.
This one should eliminate those problems and allow to dial more aggressive behavior into the car
Right.
instead of trying to wash it out.
Well, there you go.
There we are.
There you go.
Excellent.
So excited.
What about the
Yokomo
sticker sheet?
BD12
What about the sticker sheet? That's
Oh, that
important.
should be inside there.
and a free. What's it say? Yokomo.
Yokomo.
Yeah.
There you go.
And we get a Willy Wonka
Pass.
pass.
That's right.
That's
We
right.
go
To
to
Scuba.
Scuba RC Arena. Is that for me?
Well, you're going.
Thank you.
You're going, aren't you?
We-
Mate, give that to you free of charge.
There we
You
go.
save yourself
Thanks for that.
5,000 yen.
I need to take a car.
Probably should have charged
Here
you.
you go.
I was going to say. You probably borrow
I'm
Matt's.
sure that we can call. I'm sure that we can call Yokomo and organise a car for you over there at Scuba for the day.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'd like a sports car, please.
Probably not.
No? Oh, okay.
Want to blow some dust off some older ones.
That's right. That's right. I wouldn't say
Fair
it's
enough.
probably one thing that they're probably not going to,
There
but
you go. How good's that?
I'm sure that we can hook you up, Beach, with a car over there.
Yes, that
Excellent.
looks great, doesn't it?
It
That
does.
looks
Yeah,
really, really good.
cool.
Super classy. And I really like the way that Yokomo are evolving
Mm.
the car rather than just completely giving us a whole new thing. So all our race spares and parts that we've got
Yes.
will carry over.
Yeah, a lot of common parts.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, but that said, you wouldn't want to try and retrofit these parts to a BD11 because the parts that are updated
Yes.
are quite costly. I'll
Yeah.
say, like the chassis, for
Mhm.
example, the shocks, the 4-set shocks,
Yeah.
and the motor mount.
Mm.
Those 3 components alone would be probably 50% of the kit price.
Mm.
You know, so
Yeah.
they change enough, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Me
You
too.
want- You want to quickly just go through the video again? We'll go through all those 12 differences. Let's have a quick
The
look.
12 steps,
All right. So where are we?
Yokomo's 12-step program of greatness.
12 new bits. Okay, there you go. So there's the first new bit.
So what
So-
are we looking at, Beach?
So that's a brand new motor mount.
So that's the motor mount, and it's
So that's all lowered.
So you can
Yep.
break that open if you want.
Oh, all right.
Let's break that open.
I wasn't going to, but
Let's do it. Come on.
stop
Where's the
it.
sense of adventure?
Oh, I'm there. I'm there. It's Friday.
As long as there's not a
Had a tough
fluttering
week.
of parts as I walk back to the car on the ground.
Oh wow. I know where you can get
I know a
some
bloke.
more.
Yeah, I know a bloke. So here we go.
Nice hands, by the way. You
Oh,
a hand
yeah.
model?
Yeah, I
Hey,
did the petty before.
that's beautiful. Had a mani pedi before coming
Yeah,
in.
that's it. That's it.
Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. It's really going to be hard to pick up. They've gone with the current motif of not machining or the chamfered edge.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So it's got the like Batman, the matte black tough look.
Mm.
But it looks really strong. And you can see this. That's where they've lowered it down that distance from there
Yep.
to there. So
Really
the
beefy.
maximum size spur gear that we can put on this car, I believe, is a 91 or a 92.
I think the rotational characteristics between the center of the spur and the center of the motor they've brought closer together. I
Mm.
think that was another reason for it.
So where the pinions would have been before in the past for modified would have been 110, like 27 to 30 tooth pinions.
Right.
We're now looking at 90 tooth spur and 20 to 25. 22 to 25 on the pinion.
Mm.
So everything much closer.
Beefy. And then the top plates are screwed to this point.
That's
Yep.
right.
And then the other end.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Should be, as you said, it's going to create a lot of stiffness.
A lot of stiffness, and we've got that brace that goes in here as well.
Yep.
So it's going to save your battery.
So you could probably choose to run one or two screws.
One
in
or
the
two
top deck.
screws.
Yeah.
And I dare say that these top decks themselves will start coming out in different flavors and configurations and
Yeah.
thickness and
Yep.
angles and
Yep.
and whether you use alloy screws or steel screws in the top.
Correct.
All right, let's go back to the next bit. Well, there's a layer shaft that we talked about. So it's been dropped
Yep.
by 3.5 mil to lower the center of gravity.
I said that. Jeez.
It's been written there.
Read your
Ah.
cues. It's good.
I have a chair.
All right, so what's this bit?
Top deck.
Top deck.
Oh, the split top decks, yes?
Yep.
There you go. The split top decks.
Okay. Yep.
Before it was one long piece, and you had to take the something else.
Change
to
the
change
spur.
spur gear.
That's right.
I like how they've gone for Dash Electronics.
Okay,
How
so-
cool is that?
Oh, the Dash Electronics in there?
Yeah, because that's also one of our hero brands.
Yes. Okay, so the use of the small spur and pin gears moves the motor towards the center by that 5 mil, is it? Or it's moved again
I
getting
think
it
5 mil
closer?
overall. Yeah,
overall?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's fair differences. I mean, there's big differences, aren't there?
huge differences.
Okay, so that's where you mentioned it again.
Motor
The-
slots.
Yeah.
Yep, so the motor is overall is mounted 5 mil forward. There's a new brace we talked about because the top plates are actually split
Yes.
across the top there.
Yeah, and that's going to save your battery sliding into your spur gear motor, and you'll also be able to space out your battery depending on, it'd be nice and secure.
Yes, shocks are 2 mil shorter.
That's attained through shock shafts, bodies, and plastics.
Mm.
That's really noticeable actually on the top mount. I think the shock. What was it? Yeah, they're really quite
The
short.
little hat,
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, little hats.
yeah, you really have to be careful when you're assembling it.
Yeah.
Putting the ball into the shock. 'Cause if
Oh,
you're not
yes.
holding it nice,
Yes.
you can
Mark
potentially
'em.
deform and warp
Right.
it, mark it.
What else we got?
That's a
The
big one,
bearing.
isn't it? The
The
bearing and the
bearing.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's actual ball bearing in that point there.
Yep.
So if you look at the spring cup, you can do this. Let's go.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Just rip into it. You haven't used your teeth yet. I don't
Not
think
yet.
you're trying.
Mate. So you can see the spring
Oh,
cup.
yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it?
Got a whopping big hole in the middle of it now.
So the bearing will sit into there.
Bearing sits in there.
Yep, and then the shaft.
Yep.
Okay.
So no more fumbling with the spring retainer, and you can actually, I can see the point of it not binding on the shock.
Yeah. So the thing is, when you're compressing the springs, they're coiled, right? When you compress it, they're trying to rotate,
Yeah.
and that's the point that the bearing is relieving.
The
Yeah.
bottom of the spring, I guess, will try and grab on your spring retainer. The spring
Yes.
retainer.
And that
yeah.
will be causing like friction on the bottom
Correct.
ball,
Yes.
which will be changed. That friction will be drag and changing your damper rate effectively.
Yep. Okay,
Shock
the shock
towers?
towers, they're
Yeah.
lowered by 2 mil as well. So shorter shocks and lower shock towers.
Yep, we discussed that.
And then the shock towers we actually looked at as well. There's
Yes.
a lot more different holes
Correct.
at mounting points. Okay, there's a comparison between the two cars. So earlier BD11 on the top, and the redesigned new version of the body post below. That's a better angle. You can see it actually flat.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, mounted horizontally.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the body stopper.
Mm,
That's going to save the body rubbing on the front tires
that's right.
under
Because
compression.
when it
and
deforms
adding,
stuff.
hopefully adding some aerodynamic force
Yes.
over the front C hub.
Yes.
And like I said, I the head of the curve. I prototyped that 2 years ago.
And the plastics on the arms are all reinforced now.
Reinforced.
So it must be a different material.
Oh, so I can hit it harder.
Hit it harder.
Hit it harder.
Hit it, mate. Okay, so there's the new front hub, and now we're talking about the chassis.
There we go.
So here they're talking about the chassis. So it is stronger because the countersinking is shallower in that it's not milled so far down. So
The
there's
screw
actually
doesn't
more.
plunge in
That's
as
right.
far. Yep.
Yeah. So there's actually more material there. Now, and that's it.
Where's me?
I think you're on the next page. But
Must be. I'll be on page 84. I think they've seen me drive the phaser. They go, no, don't let him near it. Don't let him near it.
How
yeah.
beautiful is this?
It's really cool. I love it. Congratulations, Matt, on your new kit.
Thank
Sorry
you.
it doesn't have that new kit feel anymore.
No, that's okay.
But it's fantastic.
The way I drive, mate, it certainly won't have it for very long anyway.
No,
Really nice. Yeah, excellent.
I love it.
So there you go. So brand new BD12s are available now.
Yes.
Hurry
Yeah.
up because
Wow.
Get into it.
Only a few of them are left.
that's right.
I'll be
Because a lot of
honest.
pre-orders went through.
Yes.
Those that
It
were
really
earliest.
helps out when you pre-order stuff. It helps us order, secure. And those guys that pre-ordered all got a special pricing.
Yep.
You know. So just to say thank you and to help us keep organized. So no, that's really cool. Yeah, don't miss out. Jump onto it. And if you want to, if you're thinking about getting one, well, just wait till you get lapped. That'll probably inspire
That'll
you.
help.
That'll help.
Yeah, for sure.
Once you get lapped, where were you when you got lapped by a BD12? It'll be that pain in the back of your head.
It'll be one of those,
That's
those
pride.
life-changing
That's
moments.
pride. That's right. That's right. Where when you got lapped?
Very good.
Awesome.
Thank you, Matthew, for
No
letting
worries.
us bust your kid apart.
Yeah.
Drivers.
Now, if you're hanging around, Matt, we might get you on later.
Sure.
If that's all right.
No problem at all.
Later in the show, we've got some other news that you'll be able to help us out with,
Yes.
if that's okay.
No dramas.
Fantastic. I'm going to
All
put
right.
this to the side. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
How cool is that?
That is a very spectacular kit. Definitely. I mean, it's the evolution of these top-end racing cars. It's like F1. Everyone gets excited about the differences in technologies and the way of problem solving, right? And so, even though the previous car was a very good car, it wasn't
It's
for
the national
everyone, right?
Let's not forget, it's the national champion in
Yes.
both modified,
And so,
which is the top tier,
yes,
and stock,
yes,
which is the intermediate class. Like, so if they've gone faster than that,
yes.
you know, I mean, and it's great. It's really, really good.
Yep.
And
sure.
the team's happy and yeah, great quality, really good pricing, a great way to go racing.
Yes. All right, let's have a look. We've got some guesses on
What
the
have we
car.
got?
Oh,
Let's
guesses
talk
on the
about the
car.
car. Hang on. We're going to talk about the car. We're going to talk about the car. What have we got?
We got a guess.
What is it?
of An EJ Holden. And it's not. It's not an EJ.
No?
No.
I thought it was a Toyota.
A Toyota.
It is a Holden. I can confirm it is a Holden.
Is that because it's got Holden written on the back? Is it written on the front as well?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
But thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for just belittling me in front of our thousands of viewers.
Oh, I welcome it. Oh,
Oh,
here's another guess. Let's
Here we
do
go.
one more guess.
what have we got?
All right. An HQ Uten Grey. That's not right either, is it?
That's not.
No.
Ba-boom.
No.
Oh, we
that's
got some
not right.
weights coming in. We
Yeah,
have
let's go.
some weights.
We got some weights, but we haven't even weighed it yet.
We haven't even made it.
No.
Do you want to wait?
No, let's weigh it. We got to wait because someone's already.
We have to, so we can try and keep track of it.
That's right. Here you go.
I'm going to write it on my.
So Jeff is guessing 950.
Who have we got?
Who we got here?
Who's Jeff? Which Jeff?
This is 9-step Bossman Jeff.
Oh,
We've got
hey.
Ian Murray's on as well.
He's going to be excited, Jeff, when he sees the video come out this week, isn't he?
I reckon.
Hey, we did an unboxing.
Yeah.
On something.
What are you
that's-
doing? I think you need something to sit in on, mate. You do this. Do
Sponge.
this. Hang on.
Hang on.
Yeah.
That's my tire prepping sponge.
Yeah. Oh.
We've got a number.
Okay, so what was that? 950. It's under 950.
Under 950.
Under 950.
So what? We got more models. Models coming up.
Oh, should we go through them? EF?
Who have we got? Did I see a name Ian Murray come up?
Yes.
Wow. He came to visit us yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. You weren't here, Beach.
Really?
You know he's all the way from WA.
No, I didn't know.
Hmm. He's the
Where was
RC
I?
racer.
Oh, I was elsewhere.
You were elsewhere. Just cleaning the thing.
There you go. Well, EF is
Ian
not
Murray.
correct.
Thanks for coming in to visit me, Ian. Good. And your BD12's waiting here, mate. Come pick it up. I have put one aside for
Look
him.
at
He
this,
asked
look
me
at
to
this,
put one
look
aside.
at this.
What?
Dave has guessed EH.
EH. I reckon it's EA.
Okay, it's an EH.
It's
Well
EH.
done.
Holden,
Well done, Dave. It is
Holden
an EH.
EH. And it's lighter than 950. And we haven't got a colour.
Well, we do now.
What? Dark white.
EJ is wrong, but
EJ.
Gundagai Grey is correct.
Gundagai.
Gundagai Grey. It's been a while since I've been to Gundagai.
Is it? They got a
Why is there a dog on the tucker box?
because I was waiting for his owner on the tucker box. Dog on the tucker box. That's probably wrong, but yeah. Dog on the
There
tucker
you
box
go.
is famous. So
There you go.
Gundagai. I don't know much about Gundagai other than the dog on the tucker box and I drive through. Little toilet stop.
All right, let's move on.
On the Hume.
On the what?
The Hume. The
The
Hume,
Hume
Highway.
Highway.
Melbourne to Sydney. on the Hume.
That sounds like a rocket.
Or even to Canberra. When you go to Canberra. Go past Gundagai.
You do.
Come on in, Finn. Let's stop talking monkey business. Let's talk trains.
All right.
I choose to talk about trains.
Here we go.
Hello. Look what we
Hello.
got here
You
today.
got there, Finn. You got your hands full.
Yeah. What I've decided to show. Oh, we can't. There's a car in the way.
Yeah, it's gone. All right.
We're going to have a.
You've put it there to make me knock it off now.
All right, let's look at it from the top here.
What's
What have we got
what's your joke of the week?
I have a joke of the week. now.
Usually you have a joke of the week or your entry saying something. No?
I haven't been on for a while. I forgot.
You've forgotten the flow of things. Ah, okay.
Anyway,
Welcome, Finley.
Hello.
It's great to have you.
hello. Which camera are we looking from? Top one?
This one, mate.
Oh, we're still looking up front.
Yeah,
What?
we look at both.
We
Just
look at both.
confusing.
I'm so out of touch with.
That's okay.
But this is what everyone else is looking at.
Oh,
That's
okay.
That's what
okay.
everybody
Yeah.
can see.
All right. So what we have right here today.
Mhm.
Now, I might as well get into something actually good. We have here is the War Department Austerity 2-8-0 locomotive.
Is it? Did you say War Department?
War Department. It was a British agency formed in the 1860s, disbanded in the 1960s when it came the War Ministry of Defense. But they were in charge of logistics for the British military.
Right.
And during the Second World War, one of the things they created was this type of locomotive,
Mhm.
the War Department Austerity, which was a locomotive designed purely to be cheap to produce, quick to produce, reliable, and strong.
Mhm.
The idea being that they could make tons of these very quickly, very cheaply, and export them to all the different theaters that needed heavy goods locomotives.
So English and reliability.
Yeah.
Hmm.
About, I think it was, I believe, 935 of these were produced between the 1943 and 1945.
Mhm.
So nearly 1,000 locomotives in 2 years, a very quick turnover rate.
How does it go against the tank?
Well, depends
We got
what.
BJ
depends if the-
rolling down the hill when his pen's a camphor wagon.
If the tank got bullets,
Well, if it's rammed the tank, I don't think there'll be much of a tank left.
exactly. If the tank's loaded and armed, then this ain't got a chance. But if the other way, you put a gun on this.
Can't
So
help
they
but think
use
should
these
have
on the
made
continent, did they? In Europe?
tanks. Did they go on the continent, or is it just for
Oh,
getting
yeah.
goods around England?
All across Europe. They were in West Germany. Some were taken to the Middle East. All across the entire theaters of war.
Really?
Yeah,
So they must have designed this to be easily adjustable for different gauges.
not exactly. It was only to railways with standard gauge, but But British has a very small loading gauge, but being the size of bridges and tunnels and such,
Right.
which meant it pretty much they just put it on the other tracks and off it went.
Right.
This locomotive was based on the London, Midland, and Scotland Railway 8F class. Was modified with various ways to make it cheaper and more efficient. So the boiler is perfectly straight, not tapered like the 8F. It has a round top firebox, not a square one, and the firebox inners was made out of steel instead of copper, because copper was rarer and more expensive, and they had plenty of steel around, and it was war, so they just used whatever they could get.
Yes. Right. So it's a workhorse.
Yeah, these things they were pretty much never used in passenger work, except maybe if there was rescuing a locomotive or in preservation.
Yep.
It's almost entirely just freight.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Because passengers would go in the carriages anyway. What does it matter what they're getting pulled by?
They weren't very fast. They had very small driving wheels, so they couldn't go very quick.
Radio.
So what do they do with these after the war?
Turned them into fry pans.
most were sold back to England to the British Railways. 3 were put into service with the War Department later to teach as training locomotives to teach soldiers how to drive steam trains.
Right.
And the rest were sold overseas.
Right.
Only 1 survives in preservation.
I think that's a train I catch home every night.
Bit rickety, isn't
It's a
it?
bit rickety.
It's currently in England, but it was actually rescued from Spain, I believe it was.
Spain.
Yeah, it was sent over there after the war. It actually wasn't. I think of the Netherlands.
It was running
Then
paella.
they were
took
thinking
a
of the
paella in
Netherlands.
boiler.
Within the Netherlands. Then I think
The
it went to-
Netherlands. The
yeah,
Dutch had it too.
and then it went to Spain after that. And then after a while, it was put into storage after it was out of service. And then 1997, it was rescued by a British preservation group who restored it to working condition.
It's amazing. I love the history. I love how much you actually know about this stuff. It's phenomenal.
Well, it's amazing that they
Really
still
cool.
got it working because I imagine that these were built as workhorses.
Oh yeah, they were
cheap,
designed.
so they weren't expected to.
They were
have a
designed
really long
entirely to
lifespan.
be cheap. Lasting a long time was not at all like
So
celebration.
apart from the history lesson and the real life one, what are we looking at?
Yeah,
So
who
we're
makes this?
looking the Buckman one in War Department green.
So it's a Buckman one,
It's a Buckman locomotive.
and it's in N-gauge.
No, double O, sorry.
00.
This is double O. It's much larger than what we usually look at.
You were testing, weren't you?
I was there. I'm trying to catch him out.
And I forgot to research the model itself.
Is
I'll
it
do it so-
DC or DCC?
It's DC, but it does DCC ready. I don't know the socket. I spent so long researching the actual locomotive, I forgot to look at the model.
Does it have lights?
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. It might have
No.
firebox flicker. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, I'm quoting it.
Damn.
And what configuration is it?
280.
What's O?
Nothing,
0.
nothing.
So it's got 2 leading wheels, 8 driving wheels, no trailing wheels. So 280.
So the steering, it's got 2 steering wheels.
Yep,
Yeah.
2 steering wheels.
Good.
And
There
if
you
you're interested, 8 wheels on the tender.
Right.
Is that the tender? Why is it so big?
It has to be for a large freight locomotive. They burned a lot of coal and water. You need to go far distances, pulling a lot of stuff. Very heavy, big tender.
There you go.
What if you didn't have water at the other end?
You didn't have water. Then you'd put the fire out before it runs out of water. Otherwise, it explodes.
You don't dry boil the kettle.
No,
Yeah. And talk about tenders. I quite like chicken tenders.
love chicken tenders.
I'm more of a nugget kind of guy.
Dino nuggets.
All
right,
right,
there we
thank
go.
you, Finn. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
I love that. That's really cool. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me on.
It's educational.
And we'll see you after.
See you
All right,
later.
thanks, Finn.
Thanks very much,
Thank
Finn.
you for having me.
There you go.
Wow, he's so full of facts, huh? He knows his stuff. I
He
love
does
it.
know his
I
stuff.
absolutely love it. I didn't know there was so much to know. That's how ignorant I am. I didn't know that there was so much to know about the train, you know? In 932 made.
Hmm.
Wow. One
Only
still
one left.
going. One still left. That was from Spain.
That's it. All the other ones are fry pans.
Probably. Or MGs or Jags.
You saw what they did with the German helmets, didn't you? They were being made into.
We don't talk about
sort
German.
of- Oh, we don't talk about the war. I'm sorry.
We don't talk about German helmets. Oh my god. You're gonna get
All
us
right.
kicked off.
No. Oh, look, there's a weight.
What?
700 grams.
No. More.
above that, isn't it?
We definitely
So
know
it's
it's
between
more than that.
700 and 900.
700 and 900.
Yeah.
You can't say 800.
Which means the 950 is too high.
Yep. 950 is way too high.
That's right.
Oh.
All right, let's
Sorry.
move on. What do we got now?
I
What's wrong with you?
don't know.
Did I say something about the
What do
helmet?
we got? What do you want to put? Let's get our special guest back on,
Yes.
and we're
We're gonna talk about other
we're gonna
stuff.
Talk about other stuff. Let's
Yeah.
talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
He can help me dive through my bag as
All
well.
right.
He can help
Welcome
me
back.
dive
Back
through
on.
my bag.
Thanks,
Welcome back, Matt.
Yep, no problem.
My Rubik's World.
He really knows his trains, doesn't he?
Loves it.
Yeah.
That's his passion.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, as much as we know about the RC racing cars and
Mhm.
stuff, he knows everything. You know,
Mm.
you got to know. Remember the useless crap that we know about RC cars and impedance and drive frequencies. It's lunacy. Like, you know, it is.
I don't know
It's a lot
anything
of
about
stuff.
impedance.
Hey,
I don't know anything about impedance.
well, you should.
Thank you very much. All right, so what's
Let's
in
have a
your bag?
Look at the
What's
sharps
your-
over
oh,
there.
hang on.
Well,
hang
this
on,
is the.
hang on. Let's,
What have you done?
I'm going to zoom this out a bit because you got the big
That's a
bag
big.
going.
It's a big bag. My big
All right, what do you got?
Rubik's
What do you
World
got?
bag. How
All
good are these?
That's cool.
Hey, you know who's a big fan of these? Ian Murray, who was in yesterday.
Oh, really?
He was commenting on them.
Right.
Yeah, he was saying how good they are and how good that the coloration is and stuff.
Mm.
And I said, we love them here. We
Really,
most through them.
really handy.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got there?
Let's jump in.
Look
Boom.
out.
Ah,
Boom, all right.
what have we got?
all sorts of stuff in there.
Hey, this servo.
This is probably a good spot to
Oh.
start.
Can we talk about the thing?
Let's talk about the thing.
Can we talk
Because that's
about
a
that?
special thing.
Is it a special
It
thing?
is a special thing.
We got
We're going to have
permission.
to get this one back out again. Don't mind me, Matt.
What are we doing?
Is this
Yeah.
what we're talking about?
Is that the thing?
Can I announce that?
Announce what? Yeah.
The special.
Yes.
Yes. The special.
All right, so we got the BD12.
BD12. We all know that that's in.
Yep.
But we're going to bundle it up with the combo. So we've got the ultimate touring car,
Yes.
1/10 touring car, latest
Yes.
one. Got the
And?
ultimate steering servo.
Steery thingy.
Yes.
Steery thingy. That's
Steery
a great.
thingy.
Now, MKS, if you don't know, you may as well go on the overhead one there.
That's
Babe.
it. We're going to go in tight.
MKS, if you don't know, they're X6 series servos. These are the best competition servos you can get, bar none. And I will argue back black and blue that they are really, really good quality. They present really nice, as in they look fast.
They do look
Um,
fast.
And the quality is just second
Mm.
to none. They are
Yeah.
really precise. They are like, I don't know if I could, like the Swiss watch of servos.
Like, what sort of specs we got
They
going
are
on
really good. Everything else is, measured against the MKS.
here? So these are rated up to 7.4 volts.
Yep, 7.4 volts.
Yep. And at 7.4 volts, the transit speed is 0.07.
So that's the high speed one. So
Mm.
there's two versions of the SL, the low profile, and that is the 575 and the 599. And the differences between those two is the gearing.
Okay, just
But-
gear sets.
Yeah, just the gear sets.
Yep.
And the way that they gear it produces more speed or more torque.
So this is the high speed one.
This is the high speed one, and
Mhm.
that's what you put in your BD10
Yep.
and your two-wheel drive buggy. So your 10 scale two-wheel drive buggy and your BD12.
Yep.
That's what you'd be putting in.
Mm.
So your top line touring car stuff. It is really low power consumption. Obviously,
Because they're brushless.
full digital operation, and really good power and torque, and really good gear set.
Actually, power consumption is something people don't really consider when
No.
they're using high-powered servos.
No.
Yeah.
You can actually starve other electronics parts when you're steering,
Yes.
Mm.
transponders in particular.
Yeah,
Yes.
transponders, and the BC on your electronic speed controller gets
Yep.
more of a hard time.
Correct. Especially if
Obviously, the speedies are pretty good now on our high level stuff,
Mm.
but still, power consumption is something that you really, and like you said, radio noise.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
really good quality servo. They're usually $339 for
Mhm.
the servo, but if you bundle it up with the BD12, you're going to save yourself close to $100.
Wow.
Yeah, close to $100. So that is a huge saving.
Super
Overall.
premium car with a super premium. So
Yeah, because usually when you build a new kit, you throw a new servo in it.
Yes,
You just
yes.
you just do.
Yeah.
Because but that will last. I've got some in my buggies now.
Hmm.
My old the 10 scale buggies that I have.
Mhm.
Hey, here's one we prepared earlier. You can. It's a bit dirty in there because it's straight from the track.
So is it in there?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
look at that. Look what I'm running.
Look at that. One we prepared earlier.
Yep.
Well, you-
575. Yeah, perfect. In four-wheel drive,
Boom.
buggy.
Jumper cables.
Jumper cable. We'll leave that there actually. Jumper cable's really good that you mentioned
mean?
those.
Oh, these ones.
So that's that. Well, where else is in your bag?
Look at
What else is in your bag?
Where else is
Bit
in
of jumper cable.
Oh,
Look at that.
we're gonna
All that
upgrade.
silicon
We're gonna
goodness.
upgrade the wiring, right?
I am going to. Well, I'm pretty lazy.
Really?
I'm going phaser racing, so I'm getting my car ready for the Vic.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, what's going to help you?
Path of
Go.
least resistance, I think he's
Is
referring
it?
to.
Is it?
Hey,
Are you talking about the size of the pipe?
I'm going to upset people.
Are you?
Have a look at our latest
Wow.
JPRC.
It's like a McDonald's straw.
so,
It's huge.
what gauge is this?
This is 8 gauge.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So, what do you got here at the moment? You already got
Now,
10 gauge on here, right?
that's already comical. Like that is by far comical.
Okay. So you got.
Yeah.
So,
So
what
you
are the
notice
motor wires on
the
this?
motor wires on that will be 12 gauge.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is a sensible wire.
Look at the
Okay.
difference.
When I wired that car, when I wired that car up, I made a bit of a fashion statement, and I used 10 gauge because I was actually doing an 8 scale at the same time.
You're
Right,
obviously
okay.
a
So
center
there's
of
a 10
gravity.
gauge.
It's dynamic center of gravity.
That's chunky, isn't it?
It's
All right.
chunky,
So this
alright.
is extra chunky.
That's just beyond chunky. That's great.
I think that's going to go good in my phaser.
Yep.
Path
Yeah.
of least resistance. They call that, isn't it?
That's
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
But
I
I can
don't know what
see.
the scrutineers are going to say, but
I mean, this.
You have to read
What are you
rules.
talking about? It's just weight.
it's just noodles.
That's right. But the main intention for this is for that really crazy powered stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, really crazy pad. So the main thing, if you're upgrading your X-Max in traction, 10S or 8S, 10S, 6S, your big, I say 1200 kVs motors and stuff, but at that sort of voltage, there's a lot of current draw. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to see it.
It's pretty full on.
Maybe even on a mini Z or something, just something just completely out of
It tweaks
place.
the chassis with it.
No,
Well, a lot of people probably don't know that it's not just an RC electrical use for this. There's a static model use for this as well, because of the wires are so fine and very high grade that if you cut the insulation off it, you use it as wiring in your scale model. And it's
Okay.
really fine. It's really good.
do you know what
It's
I'm?
very glossy too, isn't it?
Do you know what
Mm.
I like most about that big gauge wiring? Is
Right.
actually using the
You can see
is
it.
using
Getting older?
using the insulation over your smaller wire,
Okay.
like a band,
Colouring band.
coloring band,
Mm.
something, like a sweatband. So
Oh yeah.
instead of putting
I get where you're coming from.
instead of putting
Yes.
heat shrink, and put like a
Yes.
little grip thing on it.
Yes. There you go.
So there you go.
Is that the
So
only wire you got?
no, I got some 8 gauge, I got some 12 gauge, I got some 10 gauge.
Oh, okay. So we do have all the other like heavy duty gauges as well.
Yeah.
Just lower gauge than this one.
That's right.
It's extreme.
I just can't believe the girth on it. It's big and chunky. No, You wouldn't want to
What
be-
do you want me to say?
you wouldn't want to be slapped across the face with it. That's what you
No,
want to say.
you wouldn't. You want to try this across the jobs?
There you go. You can whip a horse with that.
Oh, you could.
You get a moving.
You win the Melbourne Cup.
8 gauge wire.
Pop that away from you.
Yeah, that one can go.
All right,
back
so
away.
yeah, chunky. All right,
How cool is that? What else have I got in my bag?
you got plenty of stuff in there.
Oh,
What's that?
oh.
What are those things?
These things are in our latest shipment of sweet tires.
Something you'll notice about them.
They
Something
are
missing.
insert free.
Woo.
And so these are the tires that we use over on oil tracks, in particular over there in South Australia.
Mhm.
And really love these over there.
I'd say.
He smashes them over there with these on. And over at Kilo here.
Hmm.
So if you're running on an oiled or high bite track, even damp, and you need good traction, these are the go. And being a yellow compound, a soft compound, they do offer really good grip, but they do also wear.
Correct.
Now, the fact that they wear a lot, and you have to buy inserts every time,
Mhm.
the tire's usually $29.99 a pair, you know,
Right.
which is already reasonable
Mhm.
for 10 scale tires.
Yeah.
But yeah, so check these out. Without inserts, you're saving $8.99.
So the reason for without the inserts is because most people have inserts that are still got
You
plenty of
reuse.
life
Yeah,
on them.
because
That's
you
right.
cut them
Yeah.
out.
It's more economical.
Because
to
say you've
fly
only
line.
done like 6 or 7 batteries with your tires, the insert's still fine. And in
Yes.
some cases, it's preferable. Most cases, it's preferable to run a used insert.
Correct.
Mm.
Broken in insert.
A broken in insert. So people often don't use new inserts anyway. They
Right.
literally just put them to the side. They don't
Yep.
usually throw them in the bin, but they'll put them to the side and use
Okay.
second-hand inserts
Right.
because it's the way forward.
Okay.
But nobody else on the market is doing tires with that insert.
The quality tire, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's sweet.
There we go.
So here we go. And jump on our website because not only are they usually $21.99, we put them even super special to get them launched.
Oh,
Get
really?
them happening, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, check it out.
So they are super cheap. It's a really good way to go racing fast, save yourself some money.
Yep.
Yeah, sweet Tendroids.
Nice.
There's some inserts.
Oh,
'Cause
these inserts.
We do have them available.
Oh, so
separate-
we do need
separately.
inserts.
We
We do
do.
have them.
We do have them available separately.
Yes.
If you don't have them, if you're a newbie and you're starting off, you can buy the insert separately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else we got?
I wanted
Fast
to talk
tires.
about- yeah, those.
More fast
The
tires.
first reports of those are coming in. And we actually did a celebration sale. I'm not sure if we had it on last week's show, if it was after then. When did I launch?
I don't think we mentioned it.
I launched.
We have
well,
shown the tires before, though.
we not only had the fastest best tires, but we had another Yokomo signing in our on-road team,
Right.
which was Johnny Pierce.
Uh-huh.
And to celebrate that, we did a special
Oh,
on the
that's right.
fastest tires.
That's right. That was only in the last couple of days.
Yep.
Yes.
So if you want yourselves a really fast tire, the cutting-edge, latest technology touring car tire,
The
the sweet
X36s.
DX36, you'll get them now at an unbelievable price
Mhm.
because we're celebrating Johnny Pierce's signing. We're partying. But that's only going to be for another couple of days.
I like the shiny stickers.
The shiny stickers are good, aren't they?
Mm.
Ready to deploy at any major race, should you see fit.
Cool.
All right.
Yep, and not only that, but also quality control. So we know each one's numbered and they've got a unique number.
What else you got in there? You got more stuff.
Upgrades.
These are spares in my bag. These are just some of the spare parts that we've got for BD12. So some of the unique parts, I didn't think that we were going to actually get right into the unboxing like we did. So the caster hubs, because they're all new.
Yes.
These caster blocks that are on the BD12, these will go back as far as BD9.
Yep.
So they will go on BD11,
Mhm.
BD10, BD9.
So
And
easy
you'll be-
upgrade on those.
Yep, it will be considered an upgrade on those because they're made of the new stiffer plastic,
Yeah.
and they also have the mounting points for the body stoppers, which I should have in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
More hubs.
Probably not. Here we go.
There they are.
These little carbon trinkets.
Yeah.
That's the body stoppers, and
So
they're
they support
adjustable
the top of the body, just
Yeah.
where the arches are.
over the wheel arches. So
Mm.
instead of or even when you're crashing, not that I crash much, but even when you're crashing, it's not going to be coming down and cracking your body.
We
because it
don't
will
call
support
it
it.
crashing anymore.
No?
We just feel our way around the track.
Feel our way.
All right.
Feel our way.
Yep.
These are an upgrade part that were released with the BD11, and they're back in stock.
Oh.
Where is it?
There it is.
Ooh, shiny.
So these are a tiny little thing. These are titanium, and these are the lower shock mount studs for your BD11, BD12 with the Yokomo carbon arms, and they do away with the single 10 millimeter steel
screw.
grub screw.
That's right. Great idea.
Great idea.
You
So
can't over tighten them.
you shouldn't over tighten them, and they have a bit of purchase here. That little hat will pull up against the plastic
Correct.
and won't deform it, and then you put your shock cap on here. So really, really good idea. But there's only a couple of them left because everybody's snapping up with the new BD12. These are the new plastics. We did explore that a little bit. There's no reason to go there.
Yep.
But I love that the lower shock mount with its little,
For the
with
bearing
its huge
retainer.
for the
Yep.
bearing to sit over.
Yep.
That is
Huge.
cool.
Mm.
Really, really cool.
Motor-
The new. So
The motor mountage.
there's a good chance that when you build your BD12, it's going to be underweight.
Correct.
So to add weight and without affecting the handling characteristics too much, i.e.
Centralizing.
weight at one end or the other to
Yep.
centralize your mass, there is a new center brace made of brass. Is that
Yes.
right? Made of
Cool,
brass,
yeah. Cool platinum color too.
isn't it?
Very cool.
Is it anodized? You anodize brass? What do you do there?
I'm quite sure there.
It's funky, isn't it?
It is
Yeah,
funky.
it is really
Yeah.
cool. It is factory cool.
Mm.
And it's something the factory guys will have on for sure. with their 3300 shorty lipos.
Very cool.
There you go.
There you
That's
go.
what's in, and the new chassis. We spoke about that.
Yep.
So there you go. That's what's in Brett's World bag.
Yeah, you fit a lot of stuff in that bag, can't you?
You can. I love it. Now, while we were talking about Matty and off-road and everything like that and sweet, we have been testing.
Testing.
And you were out testing last weekend.
Yep. So,
Again.
That's right. So, 4 weeks ago? 5 weeks ago? I think we've had our first test of the new Sweep Orbit. So
Yes.
that was very
yes.
cool. It's been a great experience, actually, this whole process.
Yep.
Have a closer look at that tree.
So working in development. Well, when you're a factory driver, you can do anything. Apparently, you get to name them, you get to test them.
Naming
Hey?
the tyre is pretty cool.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. So, but yeah, the new Orbit is obviously a take on a web tyre.
Yes.
Okay, so a departure from the Tendroid, which is a bar tyre.
Yes.
Okay, so ideal for slick oil tracks.
And with a bit of dust and debris on it.
That's right.
I'm taking it.
Yeah. So the first tests for this tyre for me were remarkable. There's also a new compound available.
Yes.
So that'll be coming in the new compound, the gold magenta.
Yes.
So
Gold magenta and yellow magenta.
we tested the silver, we tested yellow, and the gold magenta.
Yeah, we didn't have the other new compounds available.
So the wear on these tyres is incredible. So I've run 2 full race meetings on one
Oh.
set.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And like they're bald now, but they're still grippy. You know,
Yeah.
they're not as quick, but they're still quick. They'd be perfect for practice.
Yeah.
They'll get you around for practice for a long,
Especially on
long
a
time.
full drive.
Correct. So really, really super impressed with this tyre, and it's fast. Really fast.
And saying that, it's probably when you take that tire off, that insert's probably going to be destroyed. Once
But
it's done
once-
about 30
Yeah, I was going to
batteries,
say 30 batteries. Yeah,
in a
the
modified
insert,
car.
That's right. So look, you're getting really good value for this out of this tyre. Whereas before, even on, so we ran on the track, I guess, as abrasive as it gets
yes,
with the first test, and that was at Keilor.
yes,
So which would be quite aggressive on the tyre, and we got the whole race meet out of one set, and then I ran that same set again on the oiled track.
Yep.
And absolutely no issue getting through the whole race.
beautiful.
So yeah, super impressed.
Yep.
Really super impressed. I ran yellow and gold magentas on the new oil track,
Yes,
and the gold magenta again, the quicker one.
Yep.
And even in the colder condition.
Yep.
So it was colder too. So both of them, like just the grip, the rear grip. I'm actually dialing rear grip out slowly.
Yep.
So yeah, quite the change for me, my skill level.
Yep. Well, they are on order now, due probably in about a fortnight for everybody to have and gulp up.
Very cool.
And they will be
Very
coming
nice.
without inserts again. You know, to try and make them a nice, palatable, and like I said, market leader. We're just doing things different. And because we work with Sweep so closely and we're in direct contact with the factory, we can pretty much order them how we want them.
That's right.
So you can even name them. But yeah, so we can get them in what compounds we want, what configurations and what inserts. Yeah, really good. That is fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Sweep.
No worries.
And
Very cool.
Thank you, Matty. What else have we got? I think that's it.
I think that's it for me. I think I
Excellent.
can call it a
Thank you.
afternoon.
Thank you for helping me dive through my little bag there.
No dramas. All right. Thanks everybody.
Thanks.
Thank
See
you
you
very
later.
much, Matt.
All right,
Speak to you
thanks, mate.
later.
See you. Wow. Good stuff, isn't it?
Informative.
Mhm.
Super informative, no?
Yes.
Really excited about that. I mean, we've got a lot of here for, you know, I call ourselves a little hobby shop. For a little Australian hobby shop, we do really well. We've got direct, obviously, contacts with Yokomo,
Yes.
Aromax,
Yes.
Sweep,
Yes.
you know, Orca,
Mhm.
all these brands that we're so close with and have such a good relationship and communication allows us to develop products unique to Australian conditions and what we want. So that's really cool. No.
Absolutely. Well, it takes a passion to do it, mate.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
We're
And
passionate. They're passionate.
that's right. They're passionate and we've built a really good team around us.
Mm.
And like I said, and they can go out representing and developing and testing for when we can't be there.
For sure.
What else have we got?
I reckon we go back to the weight of the car. Okay, so 890, too high.
Way too high. Who's saying those silly things?
Jeff Lee's saying 870.
Oh,
Too
870.
high.
Closer.
It's
Yeah.
closer, isn't it?
Lower.
Lower than that.
Lower. Where were we?
All
700.
right, there's a double guess here, and
Double
they're
guess.
both wrong.
Is it?
It's in between that.
Is it? Can you say that?
Yeah, we can say that. I just said that.
Okay. I don't know that you should have.
880.
Lower.
Lower.
Everybody's like way fat. Way fat? Where did we say? 700 and
Between
900.
700 and 900.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
What we got?
And that's it.
That's it. Oh, we got
Yeah.
Surian. Surian's in there.
He is.
Hey?
He is. He's watching at the moment.
Is he?
Could be.
Welcome, Steve. He's been working on some drift stuff.
He has been. I've been
We
seeing
need
some
to
of
get
his
him
stuff.
back in. We might get him on next week's show. He doesn't know it yet. We might get him to zoom in.
He knows now.
I know.
Mm.
And if not, he'll be a letdown to the world. That's all right. He's probably used to it.
That's right.
What have we got? Let's talk plastics.
I've got some plastic here.
Have you?
Mm.
I'm so
Let's look at-
excited.
This is the one that's closest to me.
Is
I
it?
might as well look at it because
It's pretty big.
it's the biggest.
Like a walking stick.
How's that? It's
I'm not sure.
pretty impressive, isn't it?
The type.
What do you reckon?
What are we looking at?
It's a Type 9C
9C.
U-boat.
Ooh. Why do they say U? Why is it called a U-boat?
It's an Unterseeboot.
Unter.
So it's an undersea boat,
What?
which is a submarine. It's German. That's where the U-boat comes from.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Didn't you know that?
Oh,
there you
I
go.
know that. I'm not trained in the armed forces, mate.
So
What do
this
you
is
want from me?
quite a big U-boat. So this U-boat was first developed in the mid 30s, and then they went up to the C model. So that's during the war, and they used these to actually patrol the seas, and they went all the way across to
Which seas? The boat?
the
The
sea
water.
with the water.
By the water. I'm getting
Yeah.
confused. You said too many C's.
Sorry, this is the C model.
The C model?
So the C model was actually upgraded from the B model,
Yes.
and it had more fuel storage,
Oh,
so it
was
could go
it-
further and hang around for longer.
was it nuclear powered?
It was not. It was before nuclear power. These would have been electrical power, which is quite interesting because they had batteries in them and also diesel engines.
How does a diesel engine work underwater?
I don't know. Well, they made it work. It also charged up the batteries.
There you go.
Yeah. And so these are actually on the east coast of America, patrolling the east side of America, and they were destroying ships that were
It
supporting
sounded
Europe.
German. You said it's a dust boat.
It is. So can you imagine that? The Germans are actually on the east side of America,
Doing what?
attacking ships.
Bad stuff.
That's it.
Oh, I
Good
thought you
stuff
meant
for
that
them,
they
bad stuff for
I-
anyone else.
I thought you meant that they were like helping out. They were patrolling, keeping the
No.
bad guys away.
No, they're patrolling themselves. They're keeping. Yeah, that's right. I'm confused now. And I thought we'll have a quick look inside because it's big.
I don't
Should we
even
chop
know.
it up?
I don't even know if you can say baddies and goodies.
What do you mean? We can say anything we want.
There's
If we say something wrong, we'll get told, won't we?
no baddies and goodies anymore. It's all
What do you mean?
bad. Oh, that's a good knife. What kind of knife are you using for that?
Well, this is a 9-steps knife.
Is it?
It is.
Oh.
You can tell by the orange handle.
Yep.
And the hex nut on the
Do you
end.
know what I like about those knives?
What?
They have an anti-roll thing on it.
Well, that's a hex nut on the end, isn't it?
It saved my pug.
It saved your pug many
Saved
times.
my pug many times and my foot.
I
Saved my slipper.
wouldn't want to see
I've got
your
a
pug with one of these poking out of it.
No, I've got all stab marks, not in my pug, but in my foot from years gone by of using inferior hobby knives that roll off your workbench. And so, I don't know about you, but I usually work barefooted. I call it work. A
Well,
hobby.
you haven't learned very quickly, have you? You've got multiple stab wounds. It happen often, did it?
Yeah, but I'm a toe scruncher. When I'm in there, I'm like clawing at the carpet, you know? What?
Look at that.
What am I looking at?
Two halves of the
I've built. So
hull.
you glue that together and it's done.
That's
Is
it.
that it?
That's finished.
One sprue?
That's it. No, there's more bits.
I hope so.
So this is multi-piece, right? Okay, so there's another section that comes out to about here. So this has got to be
There's not many more
it's got to
bits.
be over a meter long.
There's not many more bits.
Oh, I guess it wouldn't
I
be.
wouldn't open it.
There you go.
There's a, I don't know.
What? Oh, you like complicated stuff. There's a conning tower.
Nan's left her thread. What's Nan doing? Leave it. Nan, you're bobbing. Come get your bobbin,
We'll
Nan.
give that back to her later. Here's some bits and
Why
pieces.
is that in there? Is that
This is for the rigging. Because they're rigged.
underwater rigging?
Yes. They're rigged. From the
Crazy.
front to the conning tower.
The crazy Germans. How did that go? They create so much drag.
It's not just the Germans. All submarines had that.
Really?
Yeah, there's
These things
water
here.
bits. Yeah, you can see it on the manual.
Manuel,
Yeah. So look,
he sounds Spanish.
does it? How's that?
Spanish-German submarine.
Yeah, there's a rigging right there. See? That's where the thread's getting used. So I mean, it's a simple looking kit, but it's big.
Big.
I mean, it's simple simply because it's a very simple shape. There's not much you can do with it.
And you could play with it
submarine.
in the bathtub, and it wouldn't matter if it sunk.
You're a philosopher.
Well, you wouldn't have to no.
No, it's true.
'Cause
True.
it's
I can't say yeah.
It's a submarine.
Well, yeah.
It's not
okay.
that you're fitting it with a diesel engine.
No.
You're playing with it in the submarine.
No, that's true. That's
I
true.
wouldn't even know what noise a submarine makes.
You got to watch the movie Dust Wood.
Passport.
Yeah. Yeah, Netflix, haven't you?
I feel like I'm being inappropriate by even saying that.
No, you're not at all.
Really?
Yeah. You can see it on Netflix. You should watch
I'm
it.
sensitive about these issues.
It's an awesome movie.
Dashboard.
Dust Wood.
Dashboard.
It's pretty old. I think it was filmed in the. It must have been 80s, 90s.
I can watch it with my Faja.
That's right.
No, he's Dutch.
Oh, we're
He's
going
making,
to get in trouble, aren't we?
he's making pancakes and flapjacks.
What are they called?
Perfidages, isn't it? I don't know.
Little ones, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they're easy to eat.
Ah!
What are you doing? You're getting frustrated. All right, so what are you getting frustrated with that?
Tired and grumpy.
Here's a new kit. It's a bit easier to handle. It's a Phantom. An
I've seen lots of
F4E.
Phantoms. That's not new. How
So
many
this is the
Phantoms?
E version.
How many Phantoms were there during the war?
A lot.
Oh, that's why it's probably not.
So
Oh,
this particular variant was
Been
mainly
through.
used during the Vietnam War.
been to the dentist.
So this is an E model.
E
One of the
for
most highly
electric
manufactured versions.
hybrid.
So this is actually a supersonic fighter. Can fly at Mach 2.2.
Not if Maverick was behind the wheel.
Maverick,
No, you get it to 10.4.
10.4. That's the front end still.
Have you not seen the new Top Gun movie?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, sugar.
Is it good?
I don't know. I'm not into it. It's actually a good movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
as
not
long as
really.
you
I'm
enjoyed
not
it.
into that sort of thing.
Aren't you?
I've not seen the original,
Oh, okay.
but yeah.
The Phantom is a really interesting shape,
Why?
I think. It's got this, what do you call that?
It's a tailpiece.
I don't know what you call it.
Exhaust.
So the
Exhaust.
horizontal stabilizer is actually angled. You got the central engine, you got the intakes on both sides, a central.
But
nozzle
wasn't the
between-
F14s like that as well?
No, they're straight, but they pivoted. This is actually angled down.
Angle of the dangle.
And then you see the angle on the wingtips. So there's the point where they folded.
But that's so they can fold them on the boat
Yeah.
and park them next to each
And
other
then when they-
closer.
Well, some other planes, when they fold them out, they're perfectly straight. But these ones, they kept them a little angly bit.
Ooh.
Funky?
Neck minute. It looks like just another thing for me to break as I'm trying to build it.
Oh, really?
I'm unhinged, you know
That's
that.
all against you. All right, so what have we got here?
It's very grey.
So we've got, well, it's a main kit. It's got a lot of detail in it. So the E also has.
Our main kit's always grey.
They do really. I quite like grey. Grey's a good color to work with.
Is it a dark white
It is a dark white.
Or
It's
a-
like
or a
it's like
light
white
black?
with a bit of black in it.
or a light black?
Super light black. There you go. Here's a base of the fuselage. Let me just get in there and
Oh
we'll see all
my!
those super fine details.
Oh my days! I can rivet count.
I cannot.
What? You need,
Is that focused? I
need
can't
the
tell.
specs.
Where am I going with that? I'm trying to show off all these rivets.
No.
Do you see them there?
No.
Where
Can
am
you
I?
put it? There you go. No, you're gonna get into much glare from it. You're gonna have to unbag it, mate.
What am I doing?
Unbag it.
I'm
If
bagging
you
it.
want to, if you want to look at something properly,
Yeah.
and you expect people to, respect you professionally, whip it out the bag, mate.
You say something about respect. All right. How's this? Is this better?
It's no pig tank.
Oh, look at this. I still can't see what I'm focusing on.
I was hoping to see pictures of the pig tank.
Where?
I've opened a bit for you. I don't know what I've opened.
Oh, there you go. You can see the rivets now, can't you?
Yeah.
There's so many fine details on here.
I think that's a bit of sprue that needs to be cut.
Which bit?
That one.
Oh, it will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just to support it. How good is it?
I need support.
Okay, so we've got that, and then we've got the top of the fuselage.
Good looking kit. No?
Hmm.
Would you even have to scribe that?
I don't think you would. So looking at this,
I'd wash it and send it.
I'm just feeling the detail here. So
Feeling
this
it.
is slide molded, because normally a regular mold would go from the top, right? Which means all the detail on the side won't be picked up. But this is slide molded, so it's got parts that go through the side to give this detail, and then also from the top. It's quite clever.
So it's a 3-piece mold.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe more.
It actually looks
And see on the
really,
inside,
really hard
there's-
to cast that.
There's all these bracing on the inside to stop warpage.
That sounds like a word you've made up.
Warpage.
Warpage.
I don't think so. Super nice, isn't it? That is really good.
Is that what you're going to build next?
I don't think so.
After your pig tank?
Sure do. Oh, no, I don't think so. Pretty good, isn't it?
Have you finished the spokes on the pig tank yet?
Spokes. The pig tank doesn't have spokes.
You were
It's got solid
respoking
wheels.
the, you were spoking the wheels on the pig tank.
No, not on the pig tank. I was doing the wheels on the Fiat. They're
Oh,
finished.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. They'll be ready for model show. Good.
So here's all the rest of the bits. Heaps of bits.
No bits.
I know, it's a bit hard to see all the detail now. They're all bagged up. There's so much. That's to give you an idea how many bits are in this 48 scale kit.
How come some of the bags look like that?
Yeah.
And some of the bags look like this?
Oh, no, you're asking the wrong person.
Is it from different factories? Does it have flat spots? I only like weighted tires. Does it have weighted tires, or do I have to melt it?
Weighted tires? What are the tires? Have you seen them?
Yeah, that mold. That's pretty. There we
No,
go.
they're not weighted.
Oh, that's a bit
Fully
disappointing.
round. If you want weighted, you'll probably have to get some resin aftermarket bits.
I just like to hit it
Here's
with
the
a.
clear bits.
I like to
Oh,
use
that's
my
a bit hard to see.
hairdryer. I'll lend you my hairdryer, and what you do is you heat it up.
Yeah,
So delicately
delicately.
on the bench.
Right. Oh. So you see how they're molded to clear. So you can see there's slide molded as well.
Nice, thick.
And they've
Right.
got the cage design, so it can't be crushed in the box.
Cage design.
Yeah, see that? See how the sprue goes up here? Makes a little box. Stops everything from getting crushed.
No scratches.
No, that's right.
Would you tint that?
Part of it is tinted. So the front is tinted. The section on the front of the canopy is tinted, but the rest is clear. The more modern aircraft are all fully tinted.
Are they?
You've got some arms there. And more stuff here. Just so much stuff. Lots of stuff. Impressive. That's what you get out
That's
of
a
a
lot
main
of
kit.
screws, no?
Yeah.
How's all that going to fit into one model?
You cut off all the bits. So there's two trains of thought here. Okay, so the more bits you have, the more detail you have, but that means you need more sprue. So it looks like, well, it's got to fit in a bigger box like this. It's huge, right? The other method is you mold on as much detail as you can, but that's a bit hard to do
Is it?
because you're not going to be slide molding all this. So most of it is still two-part molds, because it's cheaper, and slide molding is only used for the parts that have to have that method.
Method to the
Simply
madness.
because of the cost of it.
Simply the best.
That's it.
Simply Meng.
Well, there you go. So there's a brand new Meng F4E. Beautiful gift. Very
And
nice.
there's some literature.
And manuals on the bottom, of course.
Man, well,
Yep.
I love it.
There we go.
Loving it.
I reckon we're going to have. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, we've got another spam comment. I don't know how to get rid of them.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, well. What else have we got?
We've got more guesses
More guesses.
on the weight.
Yes.
Hang on.
I just want the right guess. Mm-hmm.
Go back a bit. Where am I? Oh, here we go.
I can't see.
800.
What do you mean 800?
800 grams.
Nope. Lower than that. It's between 700 and 800. Is that the lowest? 700 and 800.
1982.
The year.
Is that the year or the weight?
sure.
Wouldn't be the year, is it?
Not the year.
That's not the weight either, is it?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
All right, let's move on.
That answers that.
850.
I think we're going to seal this one off.
Didn't you already say that?
I'm going
Alright.
to get the scales.
All right.
Don't hold me down. Get the scales and the overhead. The precision scales. We're going to get them warmed up.
You're warming them?
Yeah.
Where's your sponges? You lost your sponge. It's gone. It's your box.
My wife's going to be really upset with that.
Really? Why?
Well,
There you go.
It's her favourite
This
sponge.
is the tram.
It's her favourite
Alright.
sponge.
Let's zero that off. Is that zeroed off? No.
It's Plugger.
There we go.
Is Plugger in there? I haven't seen Plugger for ages.
Plugger's on a holiday. What do we got?
It read the same both times.
I did.
How did we do that?
I don't know. It's 758.
758 grams.
That's right.
And that is a die-cast model by Classic Car Collectibles.
It is
Is that
indeed.
right?
That is
I
correct.
know it's fresh in stock.
Yes.
Oh, it actually came in. I might have given the color away last episode.
Did you?
Yeah, I might have. But anyway, we won't gloss on that. Like the color is so glossy. Excuse me while I get my finger in there. Ooh,
You good?
I think so. I'm just very scared.
Why are you scared? What are you scared about?
I get about breaking these
Oh, there's a
things.
big hairy spider in there.
Scared me. I nearly dropped it then. We don't talk about big hairy spiders.
Don't you?
No.
Don't like them.
Look, Nan's got a thread in there as well. We can go on the overhead and have a look at that.
All right, let's get him tight, eh?
I didn't realize that they use thread for detail on models. You know what you were saying before about using the big thick gauge wire, the JPRC wire,
Yes. For
for
detailing.
detail?
Yep.
That's exactly the sort of application that you could use it for.
Well,
I
that's
suppose.
right. Yeah.
No?
Depending on the scale. Even small scale aircraft.
Well, I haven't weighed it.
Right? No, not that. Nice, isn't it?
149. What do you reckon the 149 correlates to?
Oh, 149. Hang on.
I'm waiting for somebody to pick that. Holden. Ooh.
This 149.
Yeah.
What's 149? I don't know. What does it stand for?
Bit of cubes.
What?
Cubic inches.
Oh, is it? I thought you said something else there.
Why does it keep going out of focus?
Because you keep moving at different distances.
Oh, well,
Yeah, bring it up, bring it up. Bring it up. That's it. What is that bit?
that's the fuel tank.
Is it?
I think you're too tight
Am I too tight? I'm sorry.
because we can't see absolutely anything. There we go. So this one here is number 424.
Mhm.
And I promise not to scratch it. Beautiful undercarriage detail.
Yes.
Leaf springs.
Yep.
Got
The
that
exhaust
fuel
going down
tank.
the back.
Exhaust. One muffler. I reckon it would have had another one, but I wouldn't know. I never owned one. I reckon it would have had one up here.
Mm.
I don't know. They didn't have much in the way of emissions back in those days.
What emissions?
Mission laws.
Oh,
Look at the beautiful interior.
it's got this salmony finish, isn't it? Is it copper or salmon?
I wouldn't say salmon. I've got a salmon shirt and it looks nothing like that.
I just ate some salmon today.
Ooh. Spoiling yourself.
Oh, yeah,
You'll
man.
be in trouble if your wife sees this show
What do you mean?
about salmon.
Why?
Because.
She made it.
Oh, that's all right then.
no,
I thought you were about having sneaky salmon.
no sneaky food. No.
Oh, look, it's got the sun guard, weather guard,
That's it. And look in the back too. It's
like
got
a hat.
louvers.
hoovers,
Do you call them louvers too? What were the ones that you put on the outside?
Venetian. No, the ones on the outside were louvers. That's
And these
Venetians.
are the. These are. And so what? Could you
Venetians.
pull them up like Venetians too?
I don't know, I never had them.
Mm.
I can't say. I only had horse and cart.
So
I
Gunda Guy Grey.
I never had anything as fancy as this.
No.
No.
Do you have one horse or two horses?
Just a donkey, actually. But
One
thanks,
donkey power.
thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, embarrass you.
whoa,
That's got the scissor hinge too, hasn't it?
it does have the OEM.
It's really clever.
You can see there
Because on a model, I mean, they're really hard.
the engineer, no, you
Yes.
can get the gaps nice. Look at
That's
the
right.
beautiful engine detail. I mean, look at the gaps. It's absolutely beautiful.
Mm. Yeah, done a good job, haven't they?
Really good job.
Yep.
I love it.
Very
That
nice.
is the H.
There we go.
That is
That
another.
is the car of the week.
That is another installment at 758 grams. Nobody guessed it. I'm not sure who was the
Who was the closest?
Who was the closest.
Oh, wait.
Gundagai Grey, Classic Collectibles.
That's
Check
right.
it out. Well, thanks heaps for Maddie for coming on.
Mm.
I'm really excited. I've got to lick some more stamps and get these BD12s out.
That's right.
Don't miss the opportunity, guys. Get them. They are going to be awesome.
Remember that special bundle we have,
Mm.
BD12?
There's so much action going on at the minute.
How do we find that bundle?
Sweet. Bundle?
Yeah.
Website.
With the servo? So you
Click
just
on
look
it.
up the BD12
Yeah.
and
Click
the
on
option
it.
will be there?
Include the servo and
Yep.
boom. Save yourself some cold. Some
Yeah.
money.
Cold cash,
I don't know.
hot cash. Either that, you save something, a little bit cash.
Could be
All
right.
right.
Oh my god, it's gone downhill.
Yes.
Delirious. Thank
Oh,
you.
here we
Very,
go.
thank you very much. What?
The
Here we go,
1982. So the
Dust boot.
yeah,
Oh,
it was filmed in
the movie.
1982. Yes.
was it?
You should watch it. It's good.
Should I?
Mm.
Well, on your recommendation, I might just do that.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks heaps, guys, for joining us. That was episode 154.
It was indeed.
Look out for episode 155.
Mhm.
Special guest not confirmed nor denied, but allegedly he's
We
coming
will
on.
be contacting him shortly.
Thanks for watching us. Check out our stuff. We're going to have plenty of socials coming out. We're going to have
Yes.
plenty of videos coming out.
Mhm.
So get part of it, get racing, and have some fun.
That's it. That's right.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right. See you next time.